Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. First off, I want to say thank you for being here. I hope that you're finding this content helpful. I hope that you're actually taking a chance to take some of these trades, even if you're paper trading, even in your demo account, at least just follow along. Like, it costs you nothing to do so and to learn this skill right alongside me. So again, thank you first. And secondly, I should say, I want to apologize for my voice. I had an eventful weekend at a concert in Tampa, and of course had some other family stuff. So totally good, but my voice is a little bit in and out. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and obviously put on our disclaimer that says, hey, everything we talk about on this call is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be considered legal, financial, or investing advice. But what we're going to be going over today is the couple of trades we looked at on June 7th, live on YouTube. Take a look at how they performed real quick. We'll review those trades. And then we've got 4 potential new setups. Again, I give you the rules and the management style that I promise you, if you're following them, your pip count, your profit count should be somewhere in the ballpark of what I am showing you guys can get. What I'm telling you is on the table. Obviously, your results can be a little bit different based off of management, brokers, spreads, and all that other different stuff. But still, as a way to follow along and learn, definitely not a bad way to be. So if you haven't already done so, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to help all the YouTube algorithms do the stuff they're supposed to do. And now let's go ahead and go over to the charts real quick. Okay, so as you can see, we've got our simplicity system up. Of course, my girly colors are on screen because, well, that's what I do. You'll notice on my snazzy little tool down here, I've got a nice little watch list going. These are the pairs that we looked at on Tuesday the 7th at approximately the 1 o'clock candle. That's also the 8th on, chart time, if you will. So real quick, we're just going to shoot through these and say, okay, how did they perform? How did they pay out if you had followed the management that was given? So starting, I guess, from the bottom, since it's already up, we're going to go to USD Mexican. I am going to call a spade and say, hey, the pip value on this pair is not worth as much as we think it is. So we're not going to sit here and say, hey, that's $10,000 when it's not, because obviously this has a smaller, value per pip. But needless to say, we did get a lot of pips from the time we looked at this call. So you guys can see at the bottom of my screen, we've got 6, 8. I can scroll all the way to the left. We said, hey, at the breakout of that most recent fractal, we're going to take it for the buy. And in that time, we got over 1,000-ish pips, right? We got a ton of pips. Tons of pips that were on the table for this. A total, what is that? Well, you guys get the idea. 11, if I could count, 110061. So I know what this is worth in my account. So I know every broker calculates this a little bit differently. So yes, we're counting it as 1,000 pips based off of 50 cents per pip. So either way, you're talking not a bad amount of money if you had one standard lot on there. That's what this right here equals. It's 50 cents per pip if you had one standard lot. So still, that trade obviously performed perfectly. It played out perfectly from where we discussed it. So today we're going to take it off of our watch list. It is now done. It is a dead trade, and we've got that obviously in the books. So now let's go to the next one. The purpose of doing this review, especially live in public, is so you guys see that, hey, this is what's possible. That the good, the bad, and the ugly, they don't always win. It's not always easy. Sometimes there's a gray area, but you can be profitable, right? That's the whole concept that we're hoping kind of comes across. So GBP CAD was next. As you can see, we're on GBP CAD 1 hour time frame. That's where we're taking these trade ideas. Let's go ahead and go all the way over until you see on the bottom of my screen where you see where it says June 7th, or basically June 8th on the 1 o'clock candle, essentially. So let's go take a look what that looks like. You know that from the break of the most recent fractal, and GBP CAD and GBP odd particularly, we said on Tuesday, hey, we're in that as of right now. That's saying we're actively in this trade right now, and that we're not waiting for a break. That is recorded, it is live, it's all there. We know we're protecting within 50 pips. Without a doubt, we're protecting. And this one, of course, hit that 50 pips. We hit that kind of that range that we were looking for. At a total of approximately 100 pips out of that. Not a bad way to be. I got 101 specifically is how much I got from where I entered. Obviously, different brokers are going to be a little bit different. But still, again, 100 pips is not a bad way to be on a standard lot. That's, $1,000 to kind of give you guys an idea. But still, there you go. A little bit different because pip value is different. GBP odd was next. We were saying, hey, we're in this as of now. So as of the time of that recording, and that was on June 7th, which is June 8th, 1 o'clock American time, or Florida time, I should say, which on this one, again, we didn't say, hey, we're waiting. We said, hey, we're in right now. So let's zoom in a little bit so we can see that clearer. Try that again, real quick. If it will let me. Maybe. So GBP odd. And we're going all the way back. If you look on the bottom of the screen, we're just doing this together. Not meant to be super fancy, just meant to show what's possible. So in and around this range is when we said, hey, we're in this trade, right? That's that 2 o'clock candle. So actually we were in it right before that, but still you get the idea. In that time, not only did we get 200 pips, we actually got more, all within range within the stop out rules. I only got 202 on it personally. So that's what I have in my books according to my FX book as well. So still 200 pips without a lot of drawdown, 200 pips without a lot of waiting. Not bad at all. So again, another winning trade. Take that off the watch list. Now here's some gray area for you. And this is again, for the purpose of the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm gonna go to GU first because the last one, actually, I'm looking for a trade currently as we speak. I'm gonna zoom out. And just so we have it on the table and we can see that, I want you to see what we're talking about. So on June 8th, we'll even take the time to make our little line, which I don't do that all the time because it just takes so much time. Just there you go. So June 8th, I'm going to zoom in, scooch over, make it a little bit less ugly, zoom in again. We said, hey, at the break of the most recent fractals, we will take this for a buy. We didn't get that break. So even if I drew a horizontal line and around here, we don't get the break to take that. And of course that is recorded. You can go back. That's one of the reasons for the rules that I use, because we can't always know. I mean, a lot of us, including myself, have been looking for this to buy for a hot minute. I'll show you if I click a different time frame and zoom out. We've been waiting for this buy for a while, right? This has been a huge, huge, huge down move, but we didn't really get it. We got a nice pullback here and we didn't get the continuation on that buy. And so we made another lower low, which is okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes we are going to get our butt handed to us a little bit, but losing is part of investing. Risk is part of what we're doing. So in this case, we got out of jail free. In this case, we didn't take the L because we had good management in place. It won't always be the case. It won't always be the case that, hey, your rules for entry protected you from the market, but many times it will. So this one, we have a no entry on the board. So that means we're 3 for 3. 100% of the trades we took, we won out of the 3 trades we took on that Tuesday. Last but not least is Ripple, and that's kind of the same story. So I'm going to go to Ripple. I'll get the vertical line just so you guys can see. Oh, so close. So close. Let's do this. Keep coming over. I'm only using the vertical line to really show the whole picture. We can blame that on my magic mouse, which everybody laughs at, but try that again. So June 8th, 7 o'clock candle. We know that we were looking for it to break that most recent fractal right there. Even if I keep scrolling over, other than my computer twitching out on me from Zoom. Sorry for making you guys dizzy. Horrible, horrible job, I know. But even going over, the most recent fractal from the time of that call was here. And we never break that. We never make a higher high. We never actually go up to that level. So no, we're not really looking for an entry at that point, which means we didn't have to take one. It means we did not. There you go. I'll even make it a 2 o'clock candle. I'll move it over a little bit more manually. From here, we never make that higher high. So again, no entry on Ripple for this trade, which means of the 3 trades we took, we looked at 5, 2 of them had no entries and 3 of them won perfectly. So last, what was that, 2 weeks ago, approximately, we got about 1,400 pips in total, equaling a couple of $1,000, depending on the lot sizes you used, which only took like 20 minutes of your time. 20 minutes, well, of my time really. It takes more time to do all this recording stuff than it does actually just to trade once you learn what you're doing. So reason why I ended on this pair and not started here is I'm going to go ahead and remove this now. I'm going to go ahead and remove this now and delete them both. And now I'm going to come over to where price currently is. So we're zoomed in a little bit less ugly. Notice how we do have a buy indication right here. What I'm looking for is a break of this most recent fractal. So that's here, right? A break of that 33.49 level. I'm looking for a buy. Now you don't have to wait that long because that's a nice amount of pips. That's 44 pips by itself. You don't have to necessarily wait that long. But for me, I want that confirmation. So not only do we have our simplicity buy, we also have a double bottom. Quite a few of the cryptos have made some decent moves. Nothing in this am I saying that it's time for the, harvest of crypto. I know that we're kind of in what they're calling the winter of crypto. And since we have so many locks and regulations that are set to kick off in the next 7 days, I don't know that this is going to be the big move up that people are looking for. I think that this is a retracement that has enough pips with a good enough risk to reward that makes it worth buying as a day trade. That's what I'm saying. So nowhere in me am I saying, hey, this is now ready to go back to $3. This is now ready to go back up forever and never. Amen. All I'm saying is retracement level, it's got some room to day trade. So with that said, from where price is currently at up to the where price broke out, we're looking at about 690-ish pips. Not a bad way to be. Remember, you're protecting within that kind of 50 pip range, or at least the 1 hour ATR. My stop loss is going to be below structure or the 1 hour structure, right? Plus a 1 ATR cushion, which makes this a good risk to reward trade. That's all, just as a day trade. So that's number one on our list. I guess I'm going to work backwards yet again. I'm going to go to CAD JPY. I'm sorry, CAD Chef. I'm actually already in this and I'm taking another entry as we speak. So CAD Chef, as of right now for a buy, I got in with my own system a little bit sooner than Simplicity, but still a great system, especially if you're a beginner, especially if you don't know kind of what's going on. You can, of course, wait until the break of that fractal, or you can go now. And I'm taking that in my notes as well, saying, hey, if you want to wait till the break of this fractal for the confirmation of this up move, by all means, you do you. Otherwise, I don't have any problem taking it now at the retest of this current 50. So I'm going to zoom in so you can kind of see that. We've consolidated. We're sitting back on the 50. A lot of oil stuff going on surrounding the CAD. I'm not very fundamentally inclined. I'm just a technical analysis trader. And because of that, it usually is a blessing, but sometimes you can not have known about some of the fundamental things that will outweigh or at least sway the technical things that you're seeing on your chart. So with that said, do your due diligence. Don't go completely ham on this, but just look at the risk and reward from where we're currently at with your stop loss here with 1 ATR cushion all the way up to where price broke out. You're still at better than a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. That is not bad. That means 3 times of what you're risking, you have the potential to gain. Remember, you're protecting within 50 pips. Okay, without a doubt, that means you're scaling out, applying your trailing stop. You're doing something actionable management-wise that makes it to where now your profits are protected. And otherwise, there you go. Consider maybe taking this alongside of me. That's the purpose of doing these public YouTubes. As we grow and build what we're building, of course, we've got some scalping classes in the morning where we've gotten, I don't know, 450,000 pips, I think, in about 15, 16 months, which is going exceptionally well. And we're building that into something bigger. And don't worry, you guys will hear about it on YouTube, I'm sure, as we grow in that direction. But for now, if you're brand new, if you're inexperienced, if you don't have a lot of money to work with, and you're just trying to get your feet wet, don't spend any money on anything. Instead, go to babypips.com. It's completely free. You don't even have to sign up for their course thingy. Just go through what is free and accessible to you, number one. Number two, on my description, there's a link tree that has all kinds of brokers. Again, you can test out those demos for free. You can paper trade for free. You can get your feet wet and just get comfortable with the markets. And it doesn't have to cost you anything. Don't go down the rabbit holes of all the places, peoples, and coaches on YouTube and different strategies. I assure you, most of them don't matter at the end of the day. It's going to come down to your personal growth, psychology, management, and ability to follow rules. Really, that's it. So with that said, we're going to go over 2 more real quick, and then I'm hopping off of here. We're going to go to odd USD because, well, of some of the odd pairs, I like this one better in terms of the setup that we're seeing. First off, it has more room for more price broke out, number one. Number two, it has a better stop loss, meaning better risk to reward, right? Number three, we failed to make a lower low and we officially have some more room. Before I go in that direction, let's assume that we're wrong. Let's assume that this does not continue to buy like I think it will. Cool, no problem. What if this is only a three-wave Elliott pattern? Okay, well, that means we still have enough room to at least protect our bag, at least close out our profits before price turns around. So for that reason, yes, I'm looking for a buy. Of course, you can wait till the break of the fractal. Number one, stop loss is going to be below structure. I definitely would not be here. It would be here for me with one ATR room, no matter what. That's what I would be looking for. My target from where price is currently at, plus the fractal, okay, it's going to be all the way up here. It's approximately, what is that, 188 pips, give or take. I would definitely be very content with my 155. Very, very content with that, knowing that, hey, we're just retesting where price broke out. So that's my overall kind of hypothesis on this trade, if I could talk properly. But again, going off of the assumption that this is not ready to turn around in the way that we think it is, cool. Once you hit 50 pips in profit, please make sure you protect, apply a trailing stop, close out a portion, drag and drop your stop loss into place. I don't care how you manage it. There's 1,000 ways to do it. My favorite is an EA, a manager that does it for me. But either way, protect your bag and go on with your life. So it makes it a really simple, kind of peaceful, trading approach, if you will. But that's on USD. Last but not least, let's go to USD CAD. Cool. We looked at that this morning in our class. Of course, we're already in this trade. I've taken a couple of trades on this already. I got knocked out on that pullback via my management. Right now, we're pushing back up. So again, before I say, hey, this is huge, of course, I want this, I'm super excited, I have to preface that there's a lot going on with the US whale. This trade can absolutely jerk you around. But I'm not a fundamental trader. I am a technical analysis trader, meaning I pay more attention to the charts, the data, the numbers, and that stuff than I am the fundamental, the news, and all that other good stuff. So now that I've done the disclaimer, we've got a beautiful higher high. We've come down, we made some lower lows. It's hard to see with the simplicity system smiley face there, but still, what I'm looking to see happen is something along these lines. Looking for that pullback and dropping all the way in around that 126 level, anywhere in here. So yes, you can wait to take the sell, looking for a sell on USD CAD 1 hour time frame at the break of that fractal. You can also choose to wait for a pullback, totally up to you and how you want to manage it. But needless to say, this is what I'm looking for. Remember, you're protecting within 50 pips. My stop loss is 1 hour structure plus 1 ATR, giving it some room to breathe. I don't choke my stop loss. Also notice what this forms. This forms a beautiful head and shoulders. So I definitely would not be surprised to see this pull back up, form a nice head and shoulders reversal pattern, and then continue to the downside. So again, beautiful couple of trades on the table. That gives us 4. Again, if you're brand new to trading, please go to babypips.com. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Please don't spend money on anything from anyone, anywhere. Go there, get the foundation down, get at least the basics of what Forex is and all the other good jazz. Of course, my link tree in my YouTube description has all the brokers I work with. You can go there, sign up with one of each of them, test them out, test out their customer service, sign up for a demo account with each and see where you like best, what you like best, see how they trade. And maybe consider taking these trades that I do live on YouTube with me and see how much you can make a smaller account grow in a couple of months. See what you can do to compound your account in 3 months or 6 months or a year. Just play along. It'll take 20 to 40 minutes a month and potentially could change your life. So with that said, that's all for today. We are getting a little bit better on all this YouTube stuff. We're hiring out the right people and getting my grubbies off of things that it should not be on. I should definitely just work with people and be a trader. I have no business on the WordPress YouTube world. Definitely is not my strength. So if you have any suggestions, comments, or things you'd like to see from me in the near future, by all means, put them in the chat. We're getting better at monitoring those as well. Again, thank you for all your support. I hope you have a beautiful week. Take care and God bless.